All right, you guys, this is absolutely crazy. This is insane. Like, if you've seen this video going viral, bruh, that's all, I'm not even playing this with words right now because, oh, Lord. Anyways, let's get this one started. Welcome to Pegasus versus the World, where we take on challenges, comedy, trending topics, and some travel. All right, you guys, we got to just dive into it, man. I mean, we can't sugarcoat these things, right? This is just totally unacceptable behavior. If you have not seen this video, I don't even know if I'm going to play it with the full vocals. I'm going to see what I can do because I know how YouTube gets, and it's wild because it's bleeped out in here, but what is happening is so ridiculous. It's insane. It's actually, I get on this channel and I'm a positive brother. Y'all know that. And, I'm pretty nuanced and try to be pretty balanced. But stuff like this does get under my skin, just in the sense that no adult should do this. So let's just go over this. This woman who you see in the video, so I'm just going to play it. Y'all can kind of see this woman in this video called the child. So you see the child that she's holding. Apparently a child of color took her child's little, those little smoothie things, those, like kind of like a juice box, but with like blended fruit. And she calls this child the N-word. You know what N-word I'm talking about because he's a child of color. And she's actually like kind of, from what I understand in the video, she's going after him. But this dude gets her on camera being like, yo, you just called him the N-word. And then he was like, well, then say it again. And she just starts saying, she goes, nah. What? And she's just like, F you. Now, there's some interesting, now this is all allegedly, okay? So let's not get too caught up in the weeds. Let's get caught up in the meat and the potatoes, the important part here. And I'll play a little bit of this clip as we get further into this video. But like, I mean, you guys can kind of say it like this. She's talking to some like, I guess Arabic or Indian dude. And right here she goes, like making fun of him. Right. And then after that, she goes on and says the N-word 3 times in a row. Now, I haven't seen the unfiltered video, so I don't know if, I'm pretty sure it's with the ER, with the hard ER, which is just crazy. But let's go over this. We're going to go into the dusty area real quick, but then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes, right? The meat and potatoes is, this is just not acceptable behavior for an adult. To go after a child as young as, I'm guessing 2, 3, maybe 4, and then on top of that, calling them the N-word, right? So one, it just shows your lack of maturity. I mean, it shows a lack of everything on the human spectrum, but this gets worse, you guys. This gets worse because they did a GoFundMe. This lady has a GoFundMe and it's reached over $100,000. Now, there's nothing you guys can tell me. We're going to take 2 scenarios, okay, to break it down. And any logical person, any person with common sense will understand what I'm going with this, okay? It's not right for this woman, by any standard, to call anyone that name, in my opinion, let alone a child, a kid, right? That just shows, oh my gosh, it just shows so much, I know, it's just evil. Like, you shouldn't call a kid any curse word in the book, let alone a very derogatory name that still, emotionally, really hurts a demographic of people, whether you subscribe to that or not. It's a child. You're an adult. You should be able to control your emotions enough. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's crazy. But for her to have a GoFundMe that reached $100,000, it's no different than the Carmelo Anthony kid stabbing, Austin Metcalf at a track meet, and then they have a GoFundMe. All of this is unacceptable behavior. You don't carry knives to track meets, even if you are a teenager. It's just unacceptable behavior for even a teenager. You don't start GoFundMes for people doing nonsensical stuff like this. This almost seems like a psyop. Like, it's almost like, hey, this is being planned because they're trying to create this race war, civil war thing under the Trump era. And, it's unfortunate because let's get into the weeds over here. Someone is implying that the child of color that took this little juice box or, little smoothie thing from her child was autistic. Possibility. I don't know if it's to be true or not. I'm sure more will come out. But essentially, they're saying he was mentally handicapped and not really knowing what he's doing. However, I'm raising a child. My child is now 7. I have a 1-year-old. I'm pretty hands-on with, at the playground. And I see when other kids are doing wrong. And I see when my child is doing wrong. When my child's doing wrong, I'm like, hey, don't put your hands on people. Da-da-da-da. We correlate it. If someone else is doing wrong, I just separate my child from that. And if they are, doing something where it's hands-on, I'm like, hey, that's not yours. Please put that down. I look for the parent. I address the parent. If the parent's not around, then hey, that's hers. And it's never escalated further than that. And if it did, I'm just a calm person. I'd be like, Eleni, I'd say my daughter's name, come on over, chill. We'll get it figured out. But there's just so much here. This is just insane, you guys. I couldn't believe it. When I saw that they did a GoFundMe for her, I'm just going to play it. I'm going to play it. YouTube's probably going to hate, but y'all need to hear this in context so you know where we're going. So, all right, let me just turn it up. Here we go. It is bleeped out, but YouTube still, because of the subject matter of it, they might hate. But you'll see.
Did you call him a child? Did you call the child the word? Did you call him a child? Did you call the child the word? It is my own business. You call him a Okay, why don't you have the balls to say it right now again? Okay. All right, that's what you say.
I mean, that's all we really need to play, because they go into it, man. They get into it. Like, there's nothing excusable for this type of behavior from adult. And I know we all have a bad day. Sometimes we go off the edge emotionally. I get it. But to call a child, that is crazy. I don't even care her calling, her going back and forth with this dude. I don't really care about that as much, because I know humans' nature. Humans just say crazy stuff to try to get under your skin. And that's also why, at me, as a black man, I don't let the N-word get under my skin. I don't. Because someone who calls me that or calls someone else that, if I wasn't so just, detached from the emotional triggerness of it, I could end up doing something really crazy that either ends me up in jail for the rest of my life or passed away. Is that worth it? Because they had so much power over me because of a word? Absolutely not. It's not happening. So I don't give power to the word. However, the people who don't have a choice are children, right? Because these type of things can last psychologically. These can be of trauma. I remember just something little when I was playing T-ball. Okay, T-ball with my dad, and my dad was my coach, and he was really hard on me. And I remember he screamed at me in front of the team, and it made me cry. And deep down, I hated baseball and T-ball the rest of my life because of that one moment that he never even knew about. I was just like, F baseball, F T-ball, F this. And that's also me being a little brat, rebellious at some capacity, but it's also me not understanding. And so I try to be a little more understanding with my children in the sense of explain things. When I get loud, then I pull it back. I'm saying, hey, this is where we're at. This is why we're here. Now come give me a hug. I always love you. I always appreciate you. You got too close to the street. That's very dangerous. I try to make it more understandable instead of just yelling and being like, it's because I'm the adult authority in charge. Yes, I'm the adult authority in charge, number one. But two, I still love and care for you, and I'm trying to eliminate, some of the trauma or I don't know how to explain it, because I don't want to be too soft either on my kids. There's a balance I'm trying to find, because I do think my parents being rough around the edges was a good thing for me. But I'm just going to let it play a little bit further, but this is crazy talk. This is just insane. This is the viral moment of the week, and it's unfortunate because these are the things that will be magnified in the media, all these different things, and spread across the world too. So now people are going to look at America like every American, there's this racial tension going on. that, ultimately I don't feel like. I just went to a jiu-jitsu tournament today. I was just at the park with my kid. I just went to get pizza at a pizza spot. Like, we're seeing all types of people, and this hostility and this divisive energy is getting ramped up through social media, and they're trying to control the hive mind. But this woman, I don't know, man, it almost seems fake. It's so ridiculous. Like, I haven't seen stuff like this since, like, the 50s and 60s. They spitting on people, sicking dogs, blasting water hoses. I ain't seen this type of energy since then. And I don't care if there is a racial divide or if someone did something to you racially. It's never acceptable to respond, in my opinion, fire with fire. You only can put fire out with water, but we're going to see. Anyways, I'm going to play it a little bit. Imagine that little kid with her. Like, bruh, this is interesting. I think this is going to be a deeper story later this week because, this is just wild.
You don't go digging through people's you dumb.
Nobody digging through your
A little kid just did, you dumbass.
So she's implying that that child was digging through her stuff and took something from her. And yeah, I mean, it's just, it's a child. Like, dude, bro, come on. Anyways, there's been moments where my daughter is at the pool and she's just playing. I'm like, that's not yours. Put it down, please. This is what kids do. This is just what they do. I don't know, man. It's wild. Again, everything needs context, right? I don't know the full story. Regardless, being a grown person with a child in your arms screaming the N-word at someone is crazy. 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 And I'm even talking about from a black perspective. I am black. Well, I'm mixed. I'm black and Mexican. I always had to put that out there now because it's like in this culture, they want to take away my black experience and, my blackness. That's the new thing of the 2020s. Foundational Black American, FBA, ha, ha, ha. But what I will say is I don't say the N-word around my kiddos. I don't play music with the N-word, etc., because it's just not acceptable. And this is someone who says the N-word with the A, I'm a rapper. I've said it many a times. Like, it is what it is. It's a part of the lingo. But as I've gotten older, and what's funny is I didn't put it in my records like everyone else does. It did slip out here and there. Honestly, I regret it. I regret it being a part of my vocabulary in a sense because I feel like I'm a part of fueling this type of nonsense, in that if I'm taking extreme accountability. But it's not the one word you can't say, in my opinion. You can't call a kid the A word, the B word, the F word, the R word. You don't say that to children, period. Get it? So, I don't know, man. There's nothing. I'm not co-signing anything for this chick. This is just unacceptable behavior. And just like the unacceptable behavior on the board, I'm going to be a little frustrated if in the comments I see something about Carmelo Anthony, and people trying to play this game of get back, because that's not going to help us win as Americans, right? This flag is what encompasses all of us. And yeah, man, this is really sad to see.
little kid, you call him a
Yeah.
the little child?
What if he acts like one? He's gonna.
Are you about to?
Bruh, what is acting like a... I don't even know what acting like a is. I know what acting like an a-hole is, or being a, but I don't even know how it acts, straight up.
You hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call a child, 5-year-old, and the N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act.
That's
like.
what you're gonna call.
Oh my goodness. He's up there playing. Oh my Lord. See, I ain't seen this full thing. Wow. You guys, come on, man. Come on.
Him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
That's a hate speech, and you can be recorded for that.
Bruh, like, I'm not trying to be that guy. I ain't trying to hear the hate speech. That's just unacceptable behavior. Right? It is hateful form of speech, but I'm personally not trying to hear this hate speech. Oh, hate speech this, hate speech that. Look, if you want to say some crazy say some crazy but there's consequences. In this particular, I don't know if there's going to be consequences. They did a GoFundMe. She has over $100,000 in the GoFundMe. So whoever donated to that, I guess if you must be fed up. It must be all the Patriot Front people that I thought was fake. I thought it was a psyop, but maybe it's not. You know, I don't know. Maybe the FBI just started the GoFundMe, because that's just crazy. I can't imagine one person, white, black, brown, yellow, or red. See, and I include white because I know the majority of white folks are not out there acting like this. And that's where I struggle, because this highlights something to create the division, just like the Carmelo Anthony. And in that case, I can't even say most young black brothers aren't acting like that, because statistically, young black men are committing a lot of violent crimes in America, and it's unfortunate. So I can't even say, well, most of the black brothers ain't, you know, taking a knife to the track meet. Yeah, they're not taking knives to track meets, but they're definitely taking guns and other things to a lot of other places. So, you know, this is unfortunate. I just wanted to vent real quick, talk about it. I can't believe I'm watching it. Can't believe I'm talking about it.
I don't give a
Huh. Okay, we'll see about that, what the internet has to say about you.
In this despicable
All right, so there you have it. There's my dialogue on it, man. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy on these people. Lord have mercy on the world. And, hey, man, we going to get through it, though. I'm not going to end this on a sour note, man. I got kids to raise, and, man, this right here is not it, shawty. This right here, very unfortunate. But, again, this is what, and this isn't that BS, oh, this is Trump's America. This is people feel emboldened because Trump is in. No, man. Human beings can be a-holes, and we have been since the beginning of time. Stop with this Trump era nonsense. This is what's holding us back from having a breakthrough. Blaming everything on Trump gives him too much power, bro. He is not God. He's not Jesus. He's just a president right now, bro. Stop that. It's just like these, oh, this cabal, this, that, the other. You're giving certain factions too much power, and you got to take the power back within yourself, build up your community, and figure it out, right? That's unacceptable behavior, man. I hope everyone stands together and agrees with that. And don't get jaded because, oh, you know, you saw something on this side of the field happen that was unjust. So, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go give her some money and do all this shit. No, man. I don't think she should get any money. I don't think Carmelo Anthony should be getting no money. But, you know, people don't, I don't know, man. Y'all let me know in the comments, man. This kind of stirred me up a little bit. It's wild because I just had a really good day with my family. We had a breakthrough with my daughter and her hooked on phonics today. And that's what matters the most. But, you know, we do got to call out the nonsense when we see it. If you can't call that out because of emotional stuff or rage bait from the internet, I would ask you to just take a moment, step back, breathe, try to see some things clearly, and just remember, all white folks ain't against you, all black folks ain't against you, all Latin folks, all Asian folks, all Indians, all Native Americans, not everyone's against you. Just, you know, breathe easy, show some respect to others, be kind, empathetic. You gonna figure it out, man. Hard workers always rise to the top. It is what it is. Let me know what I got, man.
City boy!